Hey, my name's Paul. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a make.com system that's going to take your invoices and extract the key info like who it was billed to, the price, the date created, the service, the notes, and then map that into a Google Sheet where you can keep track of all of that key info and all of your invoices in one place. Let's get right into it. So first thing I'm going to do is log in with Make. And for this example, all of my invoices are usually on PayPal. So I'm just going to, write one up as an example, and then we'll just use that as a test and make sure our flow works. But basically what I'm thinking is we're going to have a Google Drive, right, where we can upload files, and we're basically going to have a scenario that's just going to watch for that, right? So it's going to be polling that Google Drive folder and saying, okay, is there any invoices in here? If there is, then it's going to use our agent to, intelligently parse it, then intelligently map it into probably another Google Sheet that we can store our data in. So things like the amount, the buyer, the date, things like that, just useful stuff. And that way, all we have to do when we get an invoice, and you can automate that part too. Like whenever you get an invoice, it just automatically goes to that folder. That way, whenever we upload an invoice into that folder, it's going to be auto added to our database. So first, let me make sure that my camera is good. Sorry about that. All right. So basically, we need to make a Google Drive folder. So I'm just going to use this account because I have all the permissions on this. I will make a video about how to set up your Google Drive so you don't have any issues with the client ID and anything. But I'm just going to create a new folder, and I'm going to call this invoices. And yeah, so we have it right here. So what I'm going to do is watch files in a folder, and I'm just going to select this account. I'm going to have to redo this and select the invoices folder. So invoices, and then we'll just do one file types to watch. Yeah, we'll do all. Okay, because I don't think it's going to be a specific file type. Basically, I'm going to go over to PayPal real quick, and we're going to set up a dummy invoice. So I'm going to log in. And then I believe I can go to send. No. Request. Create an invoice. And then I'm going to just type in one of my alternative email addresses to send this to. For the items, let's just say it's for, a personalization sales system. So we'll say AI, or that's a terrible name for it. Let's say automated cold email system. And then we can add a price for it, realistically, it's probably, $1,700 for a setup fee, and then whatever else. Price per unit. Okay. So this is all good. This is good. So we're going to have who it's to, and then we will have the product. I'm going to say $1,700 setup fee plus $200 per client close. Okay. So this is all good. Let's see, reference number. We don't need any terms and conditions or anything. This is probably good. So what I'm going to do is click on Save Draft. And you don't need to know how to do any of this. It's just what I, do. So I'm just going to go to this one that I just created, and I'm going to click on Download as PDF. And you can see it's nicely templated up right here. So if I open this up in my browser, you can see we have bill to, and then we have items and their description as well as the prices, the amounts, note to customer, all that type of stuff. So that's all good. So what I want to be able to do is just upload this into the Google Drive. So I'm going to click on File Upload, and I'll just select this. Okay, and it's a really small file. If I click on Run Once, we should get this file inside here. Yeah. So we have this web view link, we have this web content link, we have the file name. So this is all good to go. We can, we can clearly pull this invoice from here. So what we want to be able to do is now parse this this PDF or this invoice. So what I want to be able to do is just have a platform that does that. Fortunately, I believe, let me see. Let me check and Make. I forget what this platform is called. PDF. Is it pdf.co? Parse. maybe convert PDF. Let's just look for PDF in here. Convert from PDF. Convert PDF pages to structured. This might be what we want. Let me drag the trader here. Yeah, so this is it. So I'm going to go to pdf.co, and they give you like 10,000 API credits for free. So what you'll want to do is click on Get Started for free. And then after you do that, if I go to Dashboard, you don't even need a free trial. Like they literally just give you 10,000 of these. You want to copy your API key. So if I was to copy this or regenerate it or whatever, and then click on Add, and then you'll just name it, simply paste in that API key, click on Save, and you'll be good to go. After that, let me see. I believe we'll be able to map this if we actually connect it. But the way we're going to need to do that is by downloading this Google Drive file. So if I select a download a file, you want this to be on the same account as well. And I just paste in this file ID. And then I'll probably need to delete this and actually undo. I'm just going to change where we start this from. So quick little hack, what we can do is click on choose start from, and I'm going to click on choose manually. And I'm just going to select this, this file in here. So I click on save and I click on run once. It's going to pull in that file, and then it's going to actually download it. Now, if I connect these two, what we should be able to do is map this in, I think. I could be wrong. No, okay, so we can't map it in. You'll need to run that download a file module probably first, or at least have it connected. That way you can upload it, using the binary. Because if I go to this data down here, you'll want this to be mappable, which is essentially what we're doing right here. So let's see what else we need to do. Upload a file, convert file type. So we can do PDF. Let's do PDF to text. Yeah, we'll do PDF to text, and then we can actually feed this into GPT to extract the info and then add it to, a Google Sheet to hold all of it. So export type, download a file, mode output is limited to 15 files. I don't think that's going to be an issue. All right, so let's try running this real quick. I'm going to click on choose where to start again, choose manually, and let's see if we can convert this PDF to text super simply. So run once. This is going to consume some of our credits. I believe it's like 2. Yeah, that used like 18, but let's see. I think it's because we're using this faster text instead of the no layout. But let's just see here. I wonder if it parses it and downloads it for us. No, so we need to download this as well. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if this is publicly available or if we need to do, let's see, is there a download a file? No, so what I'm thinking is we can probably just use an HTTP module to download this. So if I do make a request, I'm just going to paste in this URL entirely. And then the method's going to be get, and I'm going to click on run this module only. Data. Okay, so we have invoice number, amount due, items and description. So this is in a format that we can give to GPT, and it's probably going to understand it, just fine. We could probably remove some of these spaces with some formatting. I don't think we necessarily need to. But this is ready to feed into something like Gemini. So I think that's what we're going to use just because it's free. So if you don't know, Gemini gives you a bunch of tokens for free. So if I search for Gemini API, and I just go to here, ai.google.dev, and then I click on Explore Models in Google AI Studio, and then I go to Get API Key, Create API Key, select a project, Create API Key, and then you would just want to copy it once it's done. I don't want to show it because then I have to go back and delete it. It takes forever. I do that like every video. So what I'm going to do is search for Gemini. Once you have that account set up, obviously, I'm going to do Create a Completion, and I'm going to select 2.0 Flash. I'm going to add a message, user, parts, message type, text. And then what I want to say is your job, or you will be given text from an invoice that has been parsed, that has been text from an invoice that was originally. I don't even think we need to do that. You will be given an invoice in text format, an invoice in text format. Your job is to extract the following elements. And what I want to do is just look at our invoice real quick. So if I open this up, we have the amount. That's going to be really important. We'll put in the date, and I'll show you how to format that. We'll have a notes section we'll have the bill to, and yeah, probably the due date as well. Actually, it has the invoice date right here. So what I want to do is come over to my Google Sheets here, click on blank spreadsheet, and I'm going to name this invoices. So invoices, and we're just going to make a few columns here. So what I'm going to do is say, let's see, we can say bill to as a header. So bill to, we will say amount, we will say date created, and then date due, and then notes. And then I'm just going to select all this, change this to enter, bold this first header just for some formatting, and I'll change the color a bit to this. Okay, so space this out a bit, make the notes a little bit longer because that will be longer. And this is good to go now. This is literally all we have to do. Now, if you had other info, if your invoices may be in a different format, you'd want to add more headers here. However many you need, you have as many as you need, literally. And then just create them. So what I'm going to do is say extract the following elements. So we'll do bill to. I'm just going to speed run this amount. Boom. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Amount, date created, date due, and then notes. Honestly, this might be better to use OpenAI. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to copy this prompt what we have so far. And I'm going to search for OpenAI, create completion. And to set this up, you just go to OpenAI, platform.openai.com, go to settings, API keys, create a new secret key, and then copy the API key, click on add, give your connection a name, paste that in there. You don't need to paste in the organization ID, and then click on save, and you'll be good to go. So I'm going to select GPT-4o system. We don't even need too crazy of a model here, even though 4o is like really, really good. And I'm just going to give it a user prompt, and I'm going to paste this in. And then I'm going to say output in the following JSON structure. We don't even need like a super complex prompt just because this is really easy now that we have it in plain text. So I'm going to say bill to, and then quotes. By the way, if you don't want to do all this JSON, the free blueprint will be in the Gumroad link in the description. You can just drag and drop the whole scenario in. I'm going to say amount. And while you're at it, let me know if you have any video ideas down in the description. I run out quite frequently because I don't know what you guys want to see. So just let me know. Date created, date due, comma, notes, and then enter bracket. And then let's just go over to JSON formatter and make sure this is all good. Date due. Actually, I didn't do that right. That's crazy. So date due. Boom, boom. Same thing here. So colon quotes. Now this should be good. Let's go to JSON again. Okay, so this is good. I'll copy this, make sure it's all structured nicely. And yeah, so this is good to go now. This is valid JSON. And I'm going to add a message. And then we're just going to paste in this data from here. And let's see what OpenAI gives us real quick. So I'm going to say watch invoices folder. Okay, I'm going to say download invoice PDF. And then I'm going to say convert PDF to text. And then I'm going to say download converted file. Boom. And then I'm going to say extract info. And then we'll have our last module after this, after we test it, that will just map it all in. So actually for testing, I can go ahead and just copy this. So start up here and then run this module only and paste this in as our example. So I'm going to click on OK. Let's see what response it gives us. result. Here's the extract. Okay, so what I need to do is tell it only output this, and then, yeah, I forgot to turn on JSON. If you don't give it this this little end prompt, it's gonna make this mistake a lot. So I'm gonna say output only the JSON. Do not include any other comments or insights, because if you go to ChatGPT and you pasted this in, it would actually give you a bunch of different messages. You'd be like, here you go, let me know if you need anything else. Here's this and this and this. I can help with this, blah, 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 blah. And then a bunch of emojis and stuff. And it's just completely unnecessary. So I'm just going to turn on response format to JSON object and then click on parse JSON as response. I'll run this module only, paste this in, click on OK. Let's see what response we get now. So result, we have bill to, so we have the email, we have the amount, we have the date created, the date due, and then we have the notes. So that's completely good to go. I'm going to add another one here, actually, that just says service. So we'll move this over to here, and then, let's see. And then I'm going to say service. What the heck? Boom. Okay, so this is good to go now. So I'm just going to map this in as well. Service. That way we know what we're getting paid for, basically. So I'm going to say service. Boom, boom, boom. And this should be all good to go. I'm just going to go to JSON again. Boom, this is good. Okay, all good to go. Let's click on save. Let's try this one last time. So I'm just going to select this here. And let's see if it gives us our service as well. So result, we have bill to. Do we not have notes now? I wonder why it did that. That's strange. Did it get fed in the notes? Let's see. Invoice, Paul Drew. We have this, this, and this. Oh, it didn't actually include the notes. That's weird. Let me try. Let's try running this again, because this doesn't cost us anything. Go to data. Let's see, are the notes in here? Notes to customer. Okay, it is in there. I don't know why it's not inputting in there. Let's try this again. Result. Okay, now we have it. So we have $1,700 setup fee. We have the service. We have the date to, the date created, the amount, and then the bill to. So now this is all good to map into our Google Sheets. So I'm going to select the Google Sheets, add a row. I'm going to select the account that I created it on, which is this one. And then I'm going to select invoices. And then sheet 1, because I didn't change the sheet name. And then we have these different headers accessible. So we have bill to, amount, date created, date due, service, notes. And because we have this outputting in JSON, we can dynamically access these variables, which is super sick. So I'm going to feed in this bill to. I'm going to feed in this amount, date created, date due. I don't know why Google Translate was popping up. Notes, and then service. I know those are backwards, but it's fine. So what I'm going to do is rename this and say add to invoice sheet. And if we run this end to end, this should actually be good to go. So we're going to download, or we're going to watch this folder for our invoices. We'll download them, we'll convert them, and then download the converted file, extract the info, and add it to our invoices page. And it'll show up here. So I'm going to click on choose where to start, choose manually. I'm going to select our PDF, and then I'm going to show you how to set it up to just automatically check, so you don't have to come in here, click on choose manually. That defeats the purpose of it being automated. So I'm going to click on run once. And let's just give it a second. I'm going to spend all my API credits for you guys, because y'all are the best. So our end result is to get, the info nice and in here. My English is crazy. Nice and in here. I've spoken it for 16 years. Okay, so we've downloaded the new file, we've extracted it, and now we have this bill to, we have the amount, we have the date created, the date due, the service, and the notes. So I'm just going to expand these headers a bit. Boom, boom. Let's open up the dates a bit, and then the bill to. And this is all good to go. So now you're probably wondering, how do we set up the scheduling? It's actually super simple. So what we're going to do is we will just turn on choose where to start from now on. And then I'm going to click on, and however often you want it to check, if you only get like an invoice per week, you'd want to set this, days of the week or every day maybe. You can have it multiple times a day by just having these minutes. You can't set it by hours. So if it's an hour, it's 60. If it's 2 hours, it's 120. It'll just check every so often. And if that folder is empty, it's not actually going to do anything, just to show you that that's true. If I go to Drive, Invoices, and I just delete this invoice, and I run this, it doesn't actually have one to work with. So it's only going to run if there's a new invoice in there. And that's super good. And now if you wanted to, what you could do is just have another module maybe that moves the file after you add it to the invoice sheet, or add some text at the end of it that has like a check mark or something, or deletes it or something else, just moves it so that it's not pulling again for that same file. But anyways, that is the flow end to end. Guys, if you found this video useful, please make sure to drop me a like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel. The blueprints to the scenario and the whole agent will be down in the description. You can download them for free. Besides that, everybody have a great day and peace out.